We've learned, research has shown that 80% of the people in America actually believe that we do have a soul. And I would venture to say, I'd go out on a limb and say, I think the other 20% know that they have a soul as well. They just don't want to admit it because they have their own issues with established religion, which I well understand. Established religion has done a lot of damage to a lot of people. But still, I do think people have this belief in spirituality, that they have something inside of them, that they have a yearning for that which is transcendent. You know, a teenager comes to the office and the teenager says, I'm lost. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where my path is going. As a result, I feel, and the psychiatrist says, oh, are you feeling depressed? The teenager says, yes, I feel depressed. Are you feeling anxious? The teenager says, yes, I feel anxious. And then before you know it, the wise doctor, the wise psychiatrist is throwing medications at them. You have to take an antidepressant. You have to take an anti-anxiety pill. That will calm you down. But all too often it takes away their life force. Now, of course, there are times when they are necessary. There are severe cases of depression, severe panic attacks that people can have where medication can make a world of difference. But medications are way overused. People are at crossroads in their life. They're trying to figure out what to do. And they're supposed to go through the challenges of that, the pain of that, the indecision of that. That's all what makes them grow, makes them stronger, makes them better. In my own training as a psychiatrist, and I went to a program that was very, very steeped in a lot of research, nobody ever talked about the soul. They talked about the frontal lobe, they talked about the limbic system, they talked about all these things, the science of the brain, which are indeed very important. But nobody talked about the soul. And yet we all have that. We all have that piece of divinity that they're inside of us. We all have a yearning for something greater. As we know from Viktor Frankl, the main life force, the main thing that people want is their search for some meaning in their life, to be connected with some purpose in their life, to search inside of ourselves. Stephen Covey and the Habits of Highly Effective People, it starts with our inner world. It starts with understanding our inner world. And then go out to the world. Because listen, do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to tell? Well, I am going to tell. I'm going to tell that we need to be connected with that basic part of who we really are. Think about a world where everybody does that. Think about a world where everybody is out there doing goodness because the goodness is inside of them, which then they express out to the world. If a psychiatrist wants to give you medication right away upon meeting you, I would say find a different psychiatrist. Instead, I would advise finding a mental health professional who appreciates spirituality, who appreciates the fact that you may well have moments of spiritual connection and of transcendence. That when you share those thoughts that you may have, that the mental health professional is not going to jump and label you as being manic or psychotic or delusional. So what to do? Well, first of all, I'd say wake up every day. And some days you may wake up not feeling all that great, but nonetheless, wake up with a sense of gratitude. A gratitude for all the things that you naturally have that we take for granted. You have eyes that can see. You have legs that can walk. You have a mind that can think. Imagine if you lost your eyesight suddenly, how upset you would be, what a different world it would be. And then magically your eyesight came back to you 10 minutes later. How much gratitude you would have. Wake up every day with that kind of reality, with that kind of feeling. Next, I would say is you need to put in the effort. You need to put in the effort every day to read things, to study things that are spiritual. Every single day, not just one day a week, but every day to spend that time in spiritual readings. Then it becomes part of you, it becomes inside of you, it becomes more and more who you are. Number 3 is also to spend that time in prayer, or call it mindfulness. Usually in the morning, the time when, that quiet time, when you can connect, when you can meditate, and then take all that's inside of you and reach out, because there's people who are in need. Reach out to other people, people who are poor, people who are hungry, people who need a smile. The more you connect with them, the more you connect also with yourself. These are some practical steps to connect with that which is inside of you. Because in essence, all of us, we really are spiritual beings. Yes, we live in the physical world, but the physical world that we live in, the material that we have, is there simply to be channeled in a more spiritual way. If you do this, I promise you that you will have a happier life, a healthier life, mentally and emotionally.